Hello, everybody, and welcome to Mariel Talks Pop. I'm your host, Mariel. I'm so glad to see you guys again. I'm really sorry if I haven't been really present the past few weeks, but it's been crazy. I was moving, me and my family, and then I got this flu. If you can hear me, my husband got it, my daughter got it, my parents got it. So I'm finally settling in. And today's episode, I'm really excited because of this, because you know how much I love Britney Spears, and this one's dedicated to her entire discography. I will be talking about all her albums, what I think about them, and a little chit chat about her career. So now that all this Free Britney thing is so popular, which I hope she can be free finally, well, I think it's fair for me to talk about her. So let's get started. Okay, so let's begin with Britney's first album, Baby One More Time. Yes, this album was released in 1999, and I think it's a perfect album for a 17-year-old girl, you know. When you listen to it, you actually think, like, this is very well-oriented album. Like, this is what you expect a 17-year-old to sing about. So I think the concept of the album, it's pretty good. I mean, from the first song, which is Baby One More Time, to You Drive Me Crazy sometimes, and Soda Pop, is like you are listening to a teenager. She's singing appropriate stuff for her age, from being in love and not wanting to your boyfriend or your loved one to break your heart, to I want to be there for you, you are everything I love, and I just want to make you happy. You know, those kind of themes that are like teen related. So I think this was a perfect album, a very well produced one. The first single, Baby One More Time, it's like the best decision for a record label. I mean, it was like, this song's gonna be like your major hit, and it definitely was, because who doesn't remember Baby One More Time, you know? Personally, I love this album, like I mentioned before in one of my videos of my top 10 favorite albums. This is part of my top 10. I love it, and not because it's my favorite Britney album, because I gotta be honest, this is, like, honestly, I don't think this is her best, but because it brings back just the best memories for me. But now, like, looking through her entire discography, I do know and realize that this isn't her best production, but it was very well for the time. So everything was great about it. Even her image was appropriate. I mean, she was like innocent and acting nice and stuff. So I think she did a great choice with her image too, and everything she was portraying was okay. When it comes to the songs from the album, I like them all except for The Beat Goes On. I don't know what the hell were they thinking when they decided to release that song. I mean, there were tons of songs that she could have used instead of that one, and she chose The Beat Goes On. I mean, I don't know why would they choose that one, but I think the rest of the album is pretty good. Email My Heart, you know, like, if I had to remove one or two, it would be Email My Heart and The Beat Goes On. I happen to have the Mexican edition, which has Deep in My Heart, but I think other versions have So Curious, I'll Never Stop Loving You, and Autumn Goodbye, which I think are way better than The Beat Goes On. But that's my personal opinion. So I don't know about you. What are your favorite songs from this album? I think that the best is Baby One More Time, and Born to Make You Happy is definitely one of my favorites, as well as I Will Be There. Those are my favorite from this one. So this is her debut album, Baby One More Time. Let's move forward to Oops, I Did It Again. This album, I don't know how to start. I mean, I think it was a very great transition from Baby One More Time to Oops, I Did It Again, because like I said before, Baby One More Time was more like everything in my life is so great and pink, and my life is all about love and stuff. And this album was more like I'm moving on from that innocent image because I don't want to be heartbroken anymore. I don't know. It's like I want to be stronger, and please don't come knocking on my door because you're making me waste my time. And she says it all with the title song, Oops, I Did It Again. I'm not that innocent anymore. So I think it was a very great transition from Baby One More Time to Oops, I Did It Again. And even her image was more sassy, like I'm showing more skin, you can see a little bit more of me. And well, that's great. I mean, that's what you expect an artist to do, not to stay on the same thing, to evolve. So I think she was doing it correct. She was staying on the same bubblegum pop level, but with more mature lyrics, if you can call them like that, talking about more mature things. So the singles choices were great. I mean, from Oops, I Did It Again to Stronger, Lucky, and Don't Let Me Be the Last to Know, I think those were great choices. I would have also released Don't Go Knocking on My Door, and I think one of the underrated songs on this album is What You See Is What You Get, which happens to be my favorite, and I think that song would have also been a great single. But when it comes to the whole album, I think it's great. It has bubblegum pop styles and ballads, and even a song written by Britney, which is Dear Diary. And now that I get to think about it, the song Lucky, I think it kind of reflects a little bit of how she's living now with all this Free Britney stuff that's going on, because it's, if there's nothing missing in her life, then why do these tears come at night? I think it kind of relates to what she's living now, because you can see that Britney has everything, you know, money and a big house and cars and stuff. But why do these tears come at night? Because she wasn't happy. She wasn't happy. She was being locked by her dad. So I think that song relates to what's going on right now in her life. Don't Let Me Be the Last to Know, I think it's a great song. I mean, it was written by Shania Twain. It has that Shania vibe and her former husband. It's a great ballad, and she was saying, like, okay, in the video, she was like, okay, saying goodbye to that innocent image, and now you can see me hanging around with this guy in the beach, being half naked. So it was like saying goodbye to that innocent Britney we all knew. So I don't know what you guys think about, but I think this is a great album. I also happen to have the Mexican version, which has Girl in the Mirror. I think some other versions have Heart and You Got It All, but I got Girl in the Mirror, which I think it's a very cute song. I don't know. What do you guys think of this album? My personal favorites is What You See Is What You Get, One Kiss From You, Can't Make You Love Me, and Don't Go Knocking on My Door. I love those songs. And, well, now that Britney was saying goodbye to that innocent image, we are moving to Britney. When it comes to Britney, this album, I think it's one of her most complete productions, because we were saying goodbye to that innocent schoolgirl and welcoming this new sassy woman that you weren't expecting to see at the beginning, because when she performed on the VMAs and later released the Slave For You video, we were all really shocked to see this new image of Britney being more sensual, more sexy, you know, moving forward from that image we all knew from the past 2 years. And she was welcoming this new era, which is amazing. This Slave For You video was a complete turnaround for us. We were seeing a more attractive and more provocative Britney with her routine, and then came Overprotected, which is an amazing song. Also, I love the choreography on that video. And that song reflected how she was feeling. She felt overprotected, like being stalked by the media and being portrayed as someone that she's not. I mean, She was talking a lot about how she was feeling in that song. And the other single is "I'm Not a Girl, Not Yet a Woman," which is a ballad, but it's also talking about how she felt, even though she didn't write that one. She was talking about how she felt like, I'm leaving the young woman behind, but I'm not a grown woman yet. So I'm like in the middle, and you have to understand these changes I'm going through. Then I Love Rock and Roll. Yes, she was like saying hello to what she could also perform, not only pop songs, and she did a great job with I Love Rock and Roll. Not my personal favorite, to be honest, because I think she would have released Lonely as one of the singles, but that's my personal opinion. And then there's also Boys, which is a great song. This version of Boys is not the one that she released, because she released the remix with the Neptunes. But this version of Boys, I actually like it better. But it's also great. The remix, I like it too. And you could also tell that she was still on that bubblegum pop sound with songs like Anticipating, Cinderella, and Bombastic Love. I mean, she was still on that same line, and then more ballads like That's Where You Take Me, When I Found You, and What It's Like to Be Me. That she was, even she co-wrote that song with Justin, and it was like a different side of her, from letting you know how it was like to be her. How would you feel if you were me? I mean, walk a mile in my shoes. It's a great album. I personally love it, and my favorite song from this album is Let Me Be, and yes, I love That's Where You Take Me. I love that song. I mean, it's like I love that romantic vibe about it. The whole album is amazing. I think it has a lot of everything from pop to even some R&B, even hip hop and rock and roll. I mean, it's a great album. It's a really, really good album. And we had to wait a few years to receive In the Zone. What can I say, guys? This album, I think it's the best in Britney's career. Because we were already getting to know that sassy Britney from the Britney era. And now it was like, this album was like, this is the real sassy Britney, This is the new me. This is the woman that I wanted, that I've been meaning to show you for a lot of years now. And what can I say? I mean, this is such a fantastic production. There's not a single song I don't like on this album. I think every single choice was perfect. Me Against the Music, featuring Madonna, was like the queen was working with the princess. And that's it, darling. I mean, only Britney Spears could have done a song with Madonna back in the day, because Madonna was the queen and Britney was the princess, and that was it. No one else. So it was a great choice to include Madonna on this song, and the music video is epic too. I mean, I love it. I love that dance routine and how they interact together. And then came Toxic, which, I mean, come on, it's like Britney's signature song apart from Baby One More Time. I think Toxic is one of the best songs in her career, and it was a great choice to release this as a single. The video is also epic. We could see Britney in different disguises and doing this amazing choreo with that nude suit with diamonds. I mean, I love it. And every time, even though a lot of people say it's like a sad song, it's also very close to what she was feeling back in the day. So I think it was a really good choice to release every time as a single. The video, it's actually a little sad, but well, what can I say? I mean, not everything can be like very pop. So this album also shows us how dirty Britney can be, because if you listen to Breathe on Me or The Touch of My Hand, you were like, oh my god, what is Britney talking about? But it's okay. I mean, this is what you happen to expect. Your artist to evolve in more mature way, if you can call it like that. I mean, it is. She was talking about this taboo themes, but at the same time, she was like not afraid to talk about them, which is great. And I think this is a very, very special album. Every single song has like that special vibe. She was playing more with this R&B vibes, even with some hip hop and more funky beats that like you can find on Outrageous and I Got That Boom Boom. Those songs are amazing. I have this Mexican version, obviously, which has the Me Against the Music remix with The Answer too. I love The Answer. That song was written by P. Diddy, and I think it's one of the most underrated songs from this album too, because since it was a bonus track on some countries, it didn't get the attention it deserved. It's great. It's an amazing song. And well, my favorite is definitely Toxic, and I love Showdown too. I don't know, I love all the songs from this one. And what are your favorites? I wouldn't take anyone out, you know? I wouldn't leave anyone out. That's great. I mean, to have a perfect album, that's great. I never skip one single song from this album. So, I think this is great. Now, I know she later released the My Prerogative, the Greatest Hits, which I don't have. I only have the DVD. And I'm not really used to buying Greatest Hits albums. But I think that the decision to release My Prerogative was amazing. I mean, I love how she recorded that song and how she made it her own. I mean, a lot of people thought that it was an original one when it was actually a cover, but she did a great job with that one. And unfortunately, from My Prerogative to what's coming next, we could see that really dark side of Britney when she was shaving her head and going through all that drama she went on with her life with this Kevin Federline, and she had her kids, and she was being really mentally ill, which was really sad for a lot of us fans to see her going down like that. But then when she finally decided to come out, she released Blackout, which, oh my god, it's also one of the best albums in Britney's career. I mean, what can I say about this album? I think she was really, how can I say it? Like breaking the ice, you know? I mean, I'm gonna show you what I've been going through in this album. I mean, how people perceives me, how people can relate to what I'm feeling. I think every single song from this album has a little bit of what Britney was doing and feeling and going through at the moment. So, yeah, this is a fantastic album. Give Me More. I will never forget the time I saw her performing this song on the VMAs, which was a disaster. I mean, when I saw her, I was like, oh my god, this is the end of Britney. But then, thankfully, she recovered and released the video and Piece of Me, and Radar came on second. I don't know why she released Radar twice, but Break the Ice. And when you actually listen to the album, you were like, oh my god, this is really good. Thank god Britney's not sinking and she's showing us what she's made of, especially after seeing that terrible performance. And we could see that she was hurt. She was hurt back then. And then she released the album and everything changed, and a lot of people considers this like the best of her career. I gotta say it's not my personal favorite, and I don't know how I would rank them after I finish this video, but I think this album shows us a very great and dark side of Britney. I mean, Give Me More was a great choice. Piece of Me is also a little overprotected related. I see it like that, but it's also a great video. And then Break the Ice, I don't know why she didn't release a video with herself on it. I mean, she used this anime, or however you want to call them, for this video, and I think it would have been a great video if she was on it, you know. Break the Ice is definitely one of my favorite Britney songs in the world. And I also would have released Ooh Baby. It has that, you know, like, nice style when it begins. It was my ringtone for a while. And Why Should I Be Sad is telling us this is how I was doing with this husband of mine, you know, with Kevin Federline, what she was going through. And well, there are a lot of great songs in this one. Heaven on Earth is the one I don't like at all. Don't ask me why, I just don't like it. But I know a lot of people love it, so like I say, it's a personal opinion. But Get Naked, it's amazing. I actually love to work out with that one. And Freak Show, it's like, I want to dance with that song. I love that one. So I love Blackout. I think it was a great album to release after all that she was going through back in the day. And then we have Circus. I gotta say, this is my least favorite Britney album. A lot of you might kill me. A lot of you might say, why? What are you talking about, Mariel? But yes, I just don't find this album so great, you know? It has amazing songs, I can tell you that. I mean, Womanizer is awesome. The video, I love it. I love the video and the concept of it, of how she was being cheated by this womanizer. And then Circus was also a very great song and video with all this, well, you know, circus-related theme. And then she released Raider, which was already released on Blackout. I wouldn't have done that. I mean, I think that Shatterglass would have been a better choice as a single. Then came If You Seek Amy, which is also a great song. But I think there are like Papi. I hate that song. I find it so boring. My Baby is like, she was dedicating that one to her kids. And I have this bonus track, Rock Me In and Phonography. Rock Me In, I skip it. I gotta say, guys, I skip that song. But there are also great songs like Unusual You. I love that song. I love that one. And Kill the Lights, Mannequin, and Lace and Leather. I'm sorry. I saw her performing Lace and Leather on her Femme Fatale tour here in Mexico, and she was great. So I don't know how about you guys, what you think about this album, but I personally don't think it's her best. But like I said, this is my personal opinion. You will let me know what are your favorite tracks on this one. Now, this was released on 2008, and it took her a while to release Femme Fatale, which is amazing. I don't know. I don't know. I actually think I am deciding between this one and In the Zone, because I played this album like crazy back in the day. I love everything about it. I mean, I love seeing Britney moving to a more disco electro sound, you know. When she released Hold It Against Me, I was like, I don't like this song so much. But then came Till the World Ends, which is awesome. And I was like, yes, this is the kind of Britney I like to listen to. This album is a really different production. Like I say, it's moving more from this pop sound to a more electro vibe, and I think it's great. I mean, all the songs from this album are absolutely great. I also don't skip any single one from this. Till the World Ends, like I mentioned, it's a great dance pop song. I Wanna Go, I was obsessed with that song, and the only thing I didn't like was the video. I found it like, I don't know, really, she's like obsessed with this media being stalking her all the time, and she's not letting go of that. I mean, she already did that with Overprotect Her, and Piece of Me. she would have done something different with I Wanna Go, but well, that's my opinion. Criminal, it's the third single from this album, and it's not like the song is great, it's not. It's more like the video is a great one. I mean, it has a story, it was very great. It was amazing, an amazing video. I would have also released Trouble for Me, which I think it's an amazing song. Up and Down, I love that song. I love that one, and I also work out with that one. It's really, powerful. And He About to Lose Me, oh my god, that song. I mean, I don't know if you guys agree with me, but that song is like so powerful. Like, you help me that I'm meeting this other guy, which I'm also attracted to. So what are you gonna do? Because you're not taking care of my love, I love that message on that song. I mean, she would have released a video for that one, it would have been the bomb. But, well, that's my opinion. I personally love this one, and reminds me so much of a trip I made to New York back in 2011 when she released this album, and I played it like crazy while I was walking around in New York, so I have really fond memories of this one. And then, well, here's the mixed opinion, because she released in 2013 this Britney Jean album. A lot of you don't like it, a lot of fans are like, this is one of her worst productions. But I disagree. I disagree because I also played this like a lot back in the day. Word Bitch was the debut single, and I think it's an amazing song. She was also doing this more electro sound that she was doing on Femme Fatale. So what can I say? It's a great album. I find it like more club related album, like to play it when you're on a weekend or something, because it has more of that sound of more like boom boom style, and it also has some ballads like Perfume. I love that song, and I love the video too. I love seeing her sharing this guy with her rival. And then I also love Tick Tick Boom and Passenger. It's like a very special song to me. It was written by Katy Perry. I love that one. And here's the deluxe edition, which has Brightest Morning Star, Hold On Tight, Now That I Found You, and Perfume, the Dreaming Mix, which I just don't see any difference from the original, or maybe I have some hearing problems, but I just don't find any difference from that one. But a lot of you say that this album isn't like her best, and I gotta say, no, it's not her best, but it's not a bad album. I mean, you could hear a lot of what she was doing on her first album, and I'm saying that because of Brightest Morning Star and Now That I Found You, you could hear that that Baby One More Time vibe with her songs, that bubblegum pop sound. So I don't know, I think she was going back a little bit to her first album. And then my favorite song from this album is Alien. I love that one. I mean, it would have been a great video. I don't know why she didn't release that one, but since she didn't get the promotion she deserved, well, the album only released these two songs, Word Bitch and Perfume, and it got sank because we never saw her performing any other songs from this album. So it would have been great, and it would be great to actually see her performing more from this one. But, well, a lot of people say it was like her going down in her career. And then in 2016, she released Glory. I also have the deluxe edition, which has Better, Change Your Mind, No Seas Cortes, Liar, If I'm Dancing, and Cooper Electric. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. I don't speak French, only understand it, but I don't speak it correctly. Anyway, I have a lot of mixed opinions about this one, because when I first listened to Make Me, I was like, what is this? I never liked that song, and I can tell you now, I don't like that song. I think there were better songs on this album to be released as the first single than Make Me, which I find boring, and the both versions of the video are like horrible. I don't like them. It was like plain, to be honest, and I don't know. I think I would have chosen which is one. Do You Wanna Come Over? Do You Wanna Come Over would have been a great single choice as the first single to this album instead of Make Me. But like I said, this is my personal opinion, don't get me wrong, okay? But then when she released Slumber Party with Tinashe, I was like, yes, this is the kind of Britney I was hoping to see. And actually Slumber Party is my favorite Britney video, so I love that one. And this one is also underrated. A lot of people don't actually even know it was released. I don't know why, but because I don't know if it didn't have the promotion it deserved. I don't know, but if you ask me, it's underrated. It's actually even more underrated than Britney Jean. That's just my opinion. And like I said, I would have released other songs as the singles instead of Make Me. I just don't know why they decided to release that song. Who made that decision? I don't know. But there were other great songs to be released instead of that one. And you could also hear more like an R&B vibe on this album. I don't know. It's a good one, but it's definitely not my favorite. Now that I just talked about all of them, and like I mentioned, I don't buy these greatest hits albums. I know that the singles collection has this song called 3, which is also great. I think it was a very, very good decision, and actually picked number 1. So it's a great song, but I didn't buy that one too. As well as the remix albums, I didn't buy those too. But I know all the songs from there. Now, if I have to rank them, like from my least favorite to my favorite, or probably how fans would rank them. I mean, this is a personal one. Don't think this is like the best. Or I think I'd leave Glory in the last place. Yeah, followed by, you're probably gonna call me, by Circus. Like I said, I'm not really fond of this album. Then Britney Jean, yes. It's getting harder. I would leave Baby One More Time, followed by Oops. Oh, this is so hard. I leave Blackout in the 4th place, Britney on the 3rd. Oh my god. And I leave In the Zone in the 2nd place, and leave Femme Fatale on the 1st. But this is my personal ranking, you know? This is how I love these albums. Like I mentioned, Baby One More Time is part of my top 10, but because of the special meaning it has for me, but not because I consider it her best, okay? So, yes, I think Femme Fatale would be my favorite Britney album. But when it comes to the fans' choice, I don't know if I'm doing this right, okay? I'm just doing this on what I've read on blogs and stuff about how fans feel about these albums. So I think they would put, all fans would put Britney Jean in the last place, probably followed by Glory. Yes. And then, oh my god, this is tough because I think that fans are fond of Baby One More Time, but probably not so much. So I would leave that there. And yeah, followed by Oops. Yeah. Probably would be next for Circus. Femme Fatale. I'd say Britney in the third place. Blackout in the second, and In the Zone like the first. I think that's how fans, like her fan base, would rank them. But only because I'm saying this only because of what I've read. But a lot of fans would actually say Blackout is her best. I don't know. A lot of fans have a lot of opinions, you know. Like I mentioned before, this is how I would do it, and it's not like this is the right thing to do. But anyway, I really enjoyed making this video. I hope you guys liked it too. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about Britney's discography. How do you think she has evolved? Do you think that she's doing it correctly? We definitely expect for her to release more music in the future. I hope she gets to do it soon, because we miss her. We definitely miss her, and we'd like to see her coming back. I don't know about you guys, but I think Britney is one of the best artists of our generations, of this generation, you know. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave me your comments, subscribe if you haven't, give me your big thumbs up, and stay tuned, because I will be making more interviews soon. I don't know if you saw the previous interviews I had with Rachel Lampa and Elena Navarro from Nobody's Angel. I hope you can check them out, because we talked a lot about fun pop stuff, and I'm working on other pop stars. I promise you it's gonna be great. So stay tuned, and like always, thank you so much for your support, and I will be seeing you next time.